Welcome to our exploration of connectivism, a groundbreaking educational theory for the digital age. Unlike traditional learning models, connectivism recognizes the profound impact of technology and networks on how we acquire knowledge. In this video, we'll journey through the core principles of connectivism, its origins, and how it shapes modern education. Whether you're an educator, student, or lifelong learner, understanding connectivism can transform your approach to learning. Let's begin by uncovering what sets this theory apart and why it's so relevant in today's interconnected world. Connectivism emerged in the early 21st century, primarily through the work of George Siemens and Stephen Downes. They observed that the explosion of digital information and online networks was changing how people learn. Traditional theories like behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism couldn't fully explain learning in a network world. Siemens and Downes proposed connectivism as a response, emphasizing the importance of connections, networks, and technology in the learning process. This marked a significant shift in educational thinking, paving the way for new approaches to teaching and learning. Its core, connectivism, is the idea that learning happens through networks of information, people, and technology. Knowledge is no longer confined to textbooks or classrooms. Instead, it's distributed across a web of connections between individuals, organizations, and digital resources. Learners are seen as nodes within these networks, constantly forming and reforming connections as they encounter new information. This dynamic, ever-changing process is what makes connectivism so unique and adaptable to our rapidly evolving world. Connectivism is built on several key principles. First, learning and knowledge rest in diversity of opinions. This means that no single source holds all the answers. Second, learning is a process of connecting specialized nodes or information sources. Third, the capacity to know more is more critical than what is currently known. Finally, nurturing and maintaining connections is essential for continual learning. These principles highlight the importance of networks, diversity, and adaptability in the learning process. Connectivism, learning is seen as the process of forming networks. These networks can include people, digital tools, and information sources. As learners interact with various nodes, they build pathways that help them access and use knowledge more effectively. This approach recognizes that learning is not a solitary activity but a social and technological one, shaped by the connections we make and maintain over time. Technology plays a central role in connectivism. Digital tools like social media, online forums, and search engines enable learners to connect with information and people around the globe. These technologies expand the boundaries of traditional classrooms, making learning more accessible and collaborative. By leveraging technology, learners can quickly find, share, and build upon knowledge, staying up to date in a fast-changing world. One of the most distinctive aspects of connectivism is the idea that knowledge is distributed across networks. No single person or resource contains all the information. Instead, knowledge exists in the connections between people, ideas, and digital resources. Learners must develop the skills to navigate, filter, and evaluate information from multiple sources, making sense of the vast web of knowledge available to them. Networks are the backbone of connectivism. They allow learners to access diverse perspectives, collaborate with others, and stay informed about new developments. Building strong networks means connecting with people who have different backgrounds, expertise, and viewpoints. This diversity enriches the learning experience and helps learners adapt to new challenges and opportunities. Digital age has transformed how we learn. With the rise of the internet and mobile devices, information is more accessible than ever before. Connectivism acknowledges this shift, emphasizing the need for learners to develop digital literacy skills. Being able to find, evaluate, and use information effectively is now a critical part of education. Connectivism prepares learners to thrive in this new environment by focusing on connections and adaptability. Connectivism differs from traditional learning theories in several ways. While behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism focus on individual learning processes, connectivism emphasizes the role of networks and technology. It recognizes that learning is not just about internalizing information, but about connecting with external sources and communities. This shift reflects the realities of our interconnected digital world. Connectivism, learners are active participants in their own education. They are responsible for building and maintaining their networks, seeking out new information, and engaging with others. This approach encourages self-directed learning, critical thinking, and collaboration. Learners must be proactive, adaptable, and open to new ideas, constantly updating their knowledge as the world changes. Educators in a connectivist framework act as facilitators rather than traditional instructors. Their role is to help learners build networks, guide them to reliable information sources, and foster a collaborative learning environment. Educators encourage exploration, support critical thinking, and help learners develop the skills needed to navigate complex networks of knowledge. Connectivism values the power of learning communities. These communities can be physical or virtual, bringing together people with shared interests and goals. By participating in learning communities, individuals can exchange ideas, collaborate on projects, and support each other's growth. These interactions help learners expand their networks and deepen their understanding of complex topics. A wide range of digital tools support connectivist learning. Social media platforms, online courses, discussion forums, and collaborative documents all enable learners to connect, share, and build knowledge together. These tools make it easier to access information, communicate with others, and participate in global learning networks. One challenge in connectivist learning is dealing with information overload. With so much information available online, learners must develop strategies to filter and prioritize what they encounter. Critical thinking, digital literacy, and effective search skills are essential for managing the vast amount of data and finding what is most relevant to their needs. Filtering and curating knowledge are vital skills in connectivism. Learners must be able to assess the credibility of sources, organize information, and share valuable insights with their networks. By curating content, learners not only deepen their own understanding but also contribute to the collective knowledge of their communities. Adaptability is a core value in connectivism. As technology and information evolve, learners must be willing to update their knowledge and skills. This means staying curious, embracing change, and being open to new perspectives. Adaptable learners are better equipped to navigate the uncertainties of the digital world and seize new opportunities for growth. Collaboration is at the heart of connectivist learning. By working together, learners can solve complex problems, generate new ideas, and support each other's growth. Collaborative learning environments foster creativity, critical thinking, and a sense of community, making the learning process more engaging and effective. Sharing knowledge is a key aspect of connectivism. Learners are encouraged to share their insights, resources, and experiences with others. This not only helps others learn but also reinforces the learner's own understanding. Sharing creates a culture of openness and collaboration where everyone benefits from the collective wisdom of the network. Connectivism emphasizes the importance of continuous learning. In a rapidly changing world, knowledge quickly becomes outdated. Learners must be committed to lifelong learning, constantly seeking out new information and updating their skills. This mindset ensures that they remain relevant and effective in their personal and professional lives. Self-directed learning is a cornerstone of connectivism. Learners take responsibility for their own education, setting goals, finding resources, and evaluating their progress. This approach fosters independence, motivation, and a sense of ownership over the learning process, empowering individuals to achieve their full potential. Critical thinking is essential in connectivist learning. Learners must be able to analyze information, question assumptions, and make informed decisions. These skills help them navigate the complexities of the digital world, avoid misinformation, and contribute meaningfully to their networks. So much information available online, evaluating sources is more important than ever. Connectivism teaches learners to assess the reliability, accuracy, and relevance of information before accepting it as true. This skill protects against misinformation and ensures that learners build their knowledge on a solid foundation. Feedback is a vital part of connectivist learning. By receiving and giving feedback, learners can improve their understanding, correct mistakes, and refine their skills. Feedback also strengthens connections within learning networks, fostering a culture of growth and continuous improvement. Learning analytics are tools that help learners and educators track progress, identify strengths and weaknesses, and make data-driven decisions. In connectivism, analytics can be used to monitor network activity, engagement, and knowledge growth, providing valuable insights for continuous improvement. Personal learning environments, or PLEs, are systems that help learners manage their own learning. These environments can include digital tools, resources, and networks tailored to individual needs and preferences. PLEs empower learners to take control of their education, making learning more personalized and effective. Open educational resources, or OER, are freely available materials that support connectivist learning. These resources can include textbooks, videos, articles, and interactive tools. OER make high-quality education accessible to everyone, enabling learners to connect with knowledge from around the world. Massive open online courses, or MOOCs, are a practical application of connectivist principles. MOOCs connect thousands of learners from around the world, enabling them to share ideas, collaborate, and learn together. These courses demonstrate the power of networks and technology in making education more accessible and interactive. While connectivism offers many benefits, it also presents challenges. Learners may struggle with information overload, digital distractions, or unequal access to technology. Educators must find ways to support learners in developing the skills needed to thrive in a connectivist environment, ensuring that everyone can benefit from networked learning. Equity and access are important considerations in connectivist learning. Not all learners have the same access to technology or digital resources. Addressing these disparities is essential to ensure that everyone can participate fully in networked learning environments and benefit from the opportunities they provide. Privacy and security are critical issues in connectivist learning. As learners share information and connect online, they must be aware of how their data is used and protected. Educators and institutions should promote safe online practices and help learners understand the importance of digital privacy. Connectivism continues to evolve as technology advances. New tools, platforms, and methods are constantly emerging, offering fresh opportunities for network learning. The future of connectivism will likely involve even greater integration of artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and other innovations, making learning more interactive and personalized. Applying connectivist principles in real-world settings can transform education. Schools, universities, and organizations are adopting networked learning models, encouraging collaboration and integrating technology into the curriculum. These practices help learners develop the skills they need to succeed in a connected world. Online learning platforms are a prime example of connectivism in action. These platforms connect learners with instructors, peers, and resources from around the world. By participating in online courses, learners experience the benefits of networked learning firsthand, building connections and expanding their knowledge beyond traditional boundaries. Connectivism supports the concept of lifelong learning. In a world where knowledge is constantly changing, learners must be prepared to keep learning throughout their lives. Connectivism provides the tools and mindset needed to adapt, grow, and thrive in an ever-evolving landscape. Connectivism enables the creation of global learning networks. Learners can connect with people from different cultures, backgrounds, and expertise, enriching their understanding and broadening their perspectives. These global connections foster empathy, collaboration, and a deeper appreciation for diversity. Social media platforms are powerful tools for connectivist learning. They enable learners to share ideas, join communities, and access real-time information. Social media breaks down barriers to communication, making it easier for learners to connect, collaborate, and stay informed. Connectivist principles are increasingly being applied in the workplace. Organizations encourage employees to build professional networks, share knowledge, and collaborate on projects. This approach leads to greater innovation, productivity, and adaptability in a rapidly changing business environment. Assessment in connectivist learning goes beyond traditional tests and exams. It includes evaluating how well learners build and use networks, share knowledge, and apply what they've learned in real-world contexts. This holistic approach provides a more accurate picture of a learner's abilities and growth. Connectivism fosters creativity by encouraging learners to explore new ideas, make connections, and collaborate with others. Creative thinking thrives in networked environments where diverse perspectives and resources inspire innovation and problem-solving. Despite its advantages, connectivist learning can face barriers. These may include resistance to change, lack of digital skills, or limited access to technology. Overcoming these challenges requires ongoing support, training, and a commitment to inclusivity in education. Digital literacy is essential for success in connectivist learning. Learners must be able to use technology effectively, evaluate information, and communicate online. Educators play a key role in supporting digital literacy, providing guidance and resources to help learners develop these critical skills. Connectivism not only enhances academic and professional learning but also supports personal growth. By connecting with others, exploring new ideas, and embracing lifelong learning, individuals can develop greater self-awareness, confidence, and resilience. Sum up, connectivism is a forward-thinking educational theory that recognizes the power of networks, technology, and collaboration in learning. It prepares learners to thrive in a digital world by emphasizing connections, adaptability, and continuous growth. By embracing connectivist principles, educators and learners can unlock new possibilities for education and personal development. As we conclude our journey through connectivism, remember that learning is no longer limited by geography or traditional boundaries. The world is your classroom and your network is your greatest resource. Stay curious, keep building connections, and embrace the endless opportunities for learning and growth that connectivism offers.